Hello, good day to everyone, and welcome to our second day of the training. I want to say we'll be handling how to create your slab arrangement, your slab layout on your drawing. Normally, if you want to do a design, this is how the typical design goes. You'll be given an AutoCAD drawing, an architectural AutoCAD drawing, that you have to create your slab, your beam, your column position, and everything by yourself. Okay, let's start. Now we have a typical architectural drawing that we'll be using. This is how you will have your drawing. Typical architectural drawing. This is how your typical drawing will look, with nothing showing you that there is a slab, there is a beam here, or there's a column there. So it is the duty of the civil or the structural engineer to arrange his layout so that you can have your work properly done. So without wasting time, we dive right in. So as you can see, this is the ground floor. This is the ground floor, this is the first floor, and this other one is the second floor. So you have this is typically all that you will need for your design. Okay, what do? The first thing you need to do your design is to, most time I really don't destroy the architectural drawing that was given to me. What I do is to copy it out, so the original architectural drawing will still be left untouched. So anytime I need, I can always refer to the architectural drawing, so I don't work directly on the architectural drawing. So what do? I copy it out. The first step, I copy it out and I clean up every unnecessary thing that is not needed by me. Everything not essential will be taken out. That is the first thing I do. I clean up everything. These write-ups, the bed, everything inside is cleaned up, leaving just the walls, the staircase. But every other thing will be taken out, clean up as neatly as possible. All the toilets, wash hand, doors, windows, all will be taken out. All of them will be taken out. You clean up everything so that you only have your work. You clean it up neatly, you clean everything up. Clean it up, and I've already done mine. I've completed mine. Just because of this training, I won't have to do every cleaning, but I have done my cleanup. So if you look carefully, I have removed everything, leaving just the walls and my staircases. This is what I will do. This is the second floor. I've cleaned it up, and the second floor I've cleaned it up. The first floor I've done same. So I'll just bring it a bit closer so that we see what I have done. Okay, if you see, we've cleaned up everything. We've cleaned up everything so that it just remains the wall and the staircase. So if you observe very well, this is something I always advise people to do. The first thing you do as a structural engineer in designing is to create your axis line. I can't stress this enough. Your axis lines must be created. Your axis line must be created. Your axis line must be created. If you look very well, you can't really, there's no axis line here. So if the architect did not give you the axis line, then it is your own duty to create axis line for yourself. So we start by creating axis line on this drawing. Okay, okay, creating axis line for this drawing. But if you observe very well, I'm just drawing line, but I want it, you must create the axis line in its own layer, So I'll go to layer property, click on my layer property. My layer property, it will take some time for it to pop up, and I'll create layer for myself. I'll create this, and maybe I say axis line, axis or axis line depending. I change my colors to red, my line type, I can make it center line. Say okay, center line, say okay, and I close it. So I click on this, come here and assign the axis line or axis depending on which one you choose to, and you do same for every area. You do same for everywhere that you know that there will be. Just create your axis line. I've done for this. I can create for all these positions. I create for all these positions. That is what I am going to do. I'm creating the axis line right now. That's the first. It is very, very important. Very, very important. Very. I can't stress that enough. It is extremely important. Create your axis line. I'm creating my axis line on this horizontal, this other plane. Okay. Okay. I'm going to match the property because this other, I match this property, and I create I create more of my axis line. Then the next thing I do is to label my axis line if it's not labeled. Normally, if it's not labeled, I label them. Okay. Label them. Most time I instead of me to start typing afresh, I just copy an existing one and edit it to what I want so that it will be very quick. Yes, this is how I create my label. And my arrangement, I start from alphabet first. On this axis, I start with alphabet on this axis, then I will edit it. Don't worry, I'm just doing it now. I will edit it. Okay, we say this is B. We say this is C. We say this is D. E, F, and G. Yeah, so we do same here, but I've already done it because of time. I won't have to do everything from scratch. I've done it, and I will just show you what I did, and I will just show you what I did. So okay, let's see, here is one. I'll show you what I did, but because of time, I'm just only showing you how I did it. I'll make this as this one. Yes. Okay, I can say 1, 2, 3. I will do that later. So the next thing you need to do, is create another layer that will contain your column position. Will determine our axis line. The next thing you need to do is your column. You can create your column either through square or polyline, and I'm using polyline to create my column. Yes, I'm using polyline to create my column. But if you click here, it shows you wall. So same process, go to layer, then create column so that it will be on its own layer, which I've done. Column is on its own. So I click, give it some time so that it can come up. Yeah, we're good. So we copy this or move, depending, we move to where the positions we want our columns to be. So you locate your columns, arrange your columns. Okay, I think we've done it so that we don't need to waste much time. Okay, Okay, like what I said, I've done it before. So if you look at it, I've arranged my axis line with the number A, B, C, D, A, F, G, and this other one is 1, 2, 3, 4, and these are my column position. Then the other thing is, if you get to your first floor, because what you need to do next is to copy all these axis line and your columns and superimpose it on your first floor. You superimpose it on your first floor. If you look at this section, this is the ground and this is our first floor. So superimpose it so that you know where the columns would be, so we'll do that, just that. Okay, we'll do just that. If you look at it, this our column, you'll be having issues locating the exact position to place it. So look at something that is common between this floor and the next floor. Look at a point that you know is common between this floor and the next floor, and as I'm looking at it, the similarities I'm seeing is within this point, this point. So what I will do is I will copy out my axis line. I'll copy out my axis line and my columns. I will copy out my axis line and my columns. The columns I will copy. I will copy out my columns. I have situated on the ground floor, so I will need to marry the columns coming from the ground floor with the first floor. This is very, very important. Marry your ground floor columns, ground floor axis with your first floor. This is how it is done. So looking at it, I think our common point is within this 7 area. So I will come here, click it, and copy it to this next point here, and click. When you click, I have married both of them together, and I'm observing things. I'm seeing my columns, some of them, if they go from bottom, they will come out from the living room and other parts of the house. So meaning, what does this thing mean? It means I am terminating my columns at this position, and fair enough, I've color code my columns. All the green, that means that my column from ground floor will just stop at the tip of the first floor. So these green columns are some of the columns that will come and stop here. We still have others that we move from the ground all the way to the top. So okay, let me do something. I'm color grading this on my section. I'm color grading it. Okay, I say green. Why the ones that will go all the way up, I'm color grading it as blue, as blue. I'm color grading it as blue. Yes, because it will go all the way to the top, all the way to the top, so that you understand the concept of what I am doing. It will go all the way to the top, and this is it. This is it. So this is how I am color grading my work. So if you look very carefully, you see the greens are stopping here. Why? Anywhere I have word to input my columns, they will go through, they will go through, they will go through. So, and they will go through, they will go through. Okay, we are doing this. So now if you look carefully, this is, if your columns are stopping here, it means there is a cantilever. This building is cantilevered, is cantilevered. So what do? Two ways. Either you cantilever it as a slab, and you use your slab to carry your load, your wall load, and every other thing, which to me, I really don't advise that. I don't advise that, using your slab as just the cantilever to carry everything. To me, I suggest, is only my own bias. You can do any other thing you deem fit. I choose to do a beam cantilever, push the beams out to pick the columns. And that being said, if you look at it, you see where the columns are falling in out of your building. So you terminate them at where they are coming out, but the ones on blue are going all the way. So what do we do on the cantilevered side? We create newer, we create more axes, on those areas, and we locate our columns. We locate our columns there. We locate our columns there. We locate our columns. And we change all this to magenta color. That is our color code. So we've done that. So I won't waste time on it. So this is how you do it. I will just bring out the ones that I have done. So if you look at it, I've done it. If you look carefully, you see the positions of the columns, the ones that are terminating at the first floor. Why? If you see the ones magenta are starting from the first floor up, they are starting from the first floor up. This is a process. This is where the work is. If you can get your arrangement right, your work will be easy. Get this right. This is the fundamentals of the reinforced concrete. If you get this, then you are good to go. Understanding how your columns are positioned. But there are times where some of the columns will not, be positioned properly. So Hello, hello. Okay, so as we are saying, you copy it to this to marry both of them together. Marry both your first floor and your second your ground floor together. So we are here. Okay, as you can see, I've already done it before. So you marry it, you see I color code the columns so that you know which is which. If you can color code your columns, it will help you a lot. So after you've done that, you've seen where the columns are falling. So you now take the ones that really aligned in the first floor, copy the first floor and align it with your second floor. So you marry ground and first floor and second floor and third floor and fourth floor. That's how you do it till you get to the roof. So with this now, I married the first floor and the second floor, and these are the column positions that I have. These are the column positions that I have. Now, if you've achieved this, very good. What you need to do is the wall. If you can, you look at the wall around. That's where most time I hide my beams in the wall. So anywhere I see wall that doesn't protrude, that's where I try as much as possible to hide my beams. So at this ground floor, it will be looking at, this is our ground floor, and the first floor we are looking upward. This is where we are looking upward. So where the walls are at the ground level will be where I will be hiding my beams at the first floor level. I hope we understand this. Where the ground, this is our ground plan, but the first floor plan is here. So if I'm locating my beams, it will be where the ground floor walls are. I hope that was clear enough. So if I'm working with my second floor, I will locate my wall where my first floor is. The wall around my first floor, I will marry it with my slab, my second floor slab. So that is what we have done already. So on getting here, this is our ground floor layout, and the ground floor is what we will use for our foundation layouts. This is what we use for foundation layout. While for our first floor, we'll marry the walls. If you look at it, these are our beams. We have created our beams to we've created beams to align with the ground floor and also with the first floor. So if you look, these are my cantilevers. These are my cantilevers, cantilevering out. Then we marry it with the first floor and the second floor. This will be our beams and our slab and our column. These are our slabs position. So if you've done all this, if you've arranged your slab, your beams, your column, what you just need to do to finalize everything is, on your first floor, copy the column positions. Copy the column positions. Copy the column positions. Then superimpose it with the architectural drawing. Superimpose it with the architectural drawing so that you know where your columns will be falling. So, which I've done, and if you look, the ground floor doesn't have any issue. These are the columns, but on getting to the first floor, you observe that if our column continues that way, it will protrude at the bedroom, at the living room, yeah, so we'll terminate it at this floor. It's not coming out, it will stop at this level. So, but this blue, if you notice, it's going all the way. Why? This magenta started from the first floor, to the second floor and to our roof. So with this, if you've done this, you won't have issues. Okay, yeah, there is something I observe. This magenta now is coming out through the window here. This one is very close. Okay, this one is coming out through the window. This one is coming out, is not coming out. Okay, the rest are okay. So, but if you have an issue like this, if it's not possible to move your column, it is best you call the attention of the architect to help you reposition the window. To reposition the window is not you can always discuss and see a better way out, and the architect will be more than willing to help you out. So with this, I think if you can achieve something like this, then you are good to go. You are good to go. So you can handle. This is the principle. What I'm doing now is showing you the principle. These are the basic principle on how you can arrange your floor, slabs and beams and column. So if you've done this, then you've done a great job. Thank you. So if you have any issue, any question, feel free to drop your question, and also to subscribe, and also to follow us for more of similar work. Thank you.